Ladies and gentlemen of the XRP community, we're doing well again. And not because any crazy sort of announcement was just made that you really have to be surprised about. It's just kind of what we've described over the last few weeks. The price bouncing. And right now, as it stands, we again are at $2.50 per coin, where once more, I will tell you, if you are a person that's uncertain about their positions, you're in trades that you're a little bit afraid of, this is a good point to sell at, in my opinion, to buy back cheaper. But again, we have done something quite recently with regards to the XRP price that is very important to realize, and that is that we set ourselves a proper basis, and right now, as it currently stands, we are taken away from this basically downward sloping trend towards right now a new upward sloping trend, let's call it. So I kind of believe that from here on forward, XRP is going to be trading primarily upwards, as I described yesterday in my video. And there's some downside possible, sure, but I do not believe we're going to be going lower than some of the previously seen prices before taking out the high point. And even then, I do not think we're going to reach below $2 again anymore this cycle, unless Bitcoin also kicks the bucket hard. But I've been stating, Bitcoin looks pretty solid right here. And even though Bitcoin ain't doing nothing, right, it's just going sideways, relatively XRP just keeps outperforming, and it is making, I almost want to look it up again, it is making my portfolio look oh so juicy, as XRP is the biggest holding that I've got. And I want to remind everybody that in no way, shape, or form am I trying to make you hold while I sell. Please realize that we're all in this together, and that ultimately you hold no responsibility to keep your coins, and it doesn't do anything for me if you do. I kept saying it time and time again. XRP is way too liquid for 1,000 people like us to make a big difference, all right? If everybody now decides to shave off a good bit of their portfolio, we're not going to see, or notice at least, anything in terms of the price, is my opinion. Never mind, I just looked at my portfolio and we're down tremendously, mostly probably because Bitcoin and ETH are still down and because we're not back to the December heights. Even though XRP versus Bitcoin is looking beautiful, relatively, if we take a look at the weekly perspective, right? It still has yet to take out some of the older levels. We're just on a good course, but nothing too crazy just happened. And relatively from here, let's quickly see, we were actually up about 20% or so in terms of an increase on the current port. Yeah, that's quite interesting actually. With Bitcoin, of course, also at that point being significantly higher. Obviously, it was also $2.90 per XRP, with right now seeing a $2.50? Or specifically 48, but it's just kind of funny that yesterday I make a video explaining why XRP as of this point is, in my opinion, witnessing the calm before the storm and is about to go absolutely crazy. And I said before, right now, the price is practically at all-time high levels, but the hype is basically down to low. I don't even know what exactly to call it. Oh, sorry, you can't see perfectly. Here you go. The hype is back down to low, but the price is still at one of the highest points ever, because it's kind of funny that the hype at these points, as you can see, was basically nothing, and XRP was trading at 50 cents. Here, XRP was trading at $2.90, and the hype was immense. Right now, though, the hype is getting back to just, lower levels. I can't say the bottom at 5 or 6, but back down to like 20 or 30 or so. Yet we're still sitting at nearly the all-time high levels, as we're only 20% away. We're at $2.50 with a $2.90 all-time high, but we're down 70 or so in terms of the search results. And I keep stating that I believe this might be the calm before the storm, before XRP starts on its next journey, most likely very, very, very much significantly higher. And I've stated before, I do believe at least a few multiples of the current price are going to be hit as a baseline, about a 3x from here relative to Bitcoin. But even if you start looking at the chart versus Ethereum, let's quickly go ahead and do that. Even if we take a look at the chart versus Ethereum, you can see, oh yeah, all right, this is looking amazing because relatively, it's been one of the best currencies out there in terms of gains. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you also want to trade crypto, I've got a link down below to 𝗏𝗏, and right now we're giving away 2 iPhone 16 Pros, as we're giving away $1,500 to 2 people. Over the next 2 weeks or so. You have to trade a little bit, though, to be eligible, but 2 people will win 2 iPhone 16s in about, I'm going to say, 2 weeks from now. If you're interested, make sure you check out the link down below to 𝗏𝗏. Ultimately, if you're already trading anyway, let's say there's 20 people that enter. You've got yourself a pretty good shot 1 in 10 of it winning yourself a free iPhone 15 or 16. If you're already trading anyway, what's the harm, right? Anyway, link is down below to 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗀. Check it out. That's also what we're trading XRP on here for. And right now it's at about $12,000 worth of profit or so on $8,000 we put in. So definitely not too bad. And that's also the main reason I didn't sell recently. I said before, if you want, you can sell it at $2.50. And even right now, I could actually go ahead and do that. Just sell it right now at $2.50 because I've noticed, hey, this is a mark that it gets rejected at multiple times in the past, and it's a major psychological barrier. But the thing is, since I believe that right now we are most likely trending back upwards, and this is basically a bigger move that's about to happen, then it kind of feels like a waste to sell here at $2.50 when it's going to be going so much higher over the next few weeks or so. But it just depends on patience. Again, I don't want to hold you in any position you're not comfortable in. And we have to be logical here and say that as it currently stands, the XP price is doing really, really amazing, getting towards an important rejection point of the past. And since we were able to buy in at $2.10 or below, you can't be at a loss right now. If you are, you've been playing the game completely wrong. I know some people don't know what they're doing. They're just buying at random, and right now they might still be at a loss. But I sometimes really doubt if that's even possible. I mean, how could you buy XRP over the last few months and be at a loss right now? I do not know how people are doing it. The only thing I can think of is if you're over leveraging, on the very, very small moves, or if you're shorting, I guess, because XRP right now is trading at one of the highest levels in many, many years. Matter of fact, in 7 years. And we've been trading at these levels for, I'm going to say about a month or so now. So yeah, or maybe even, almost even 2 months pretty soon. Yeah. This is getting to crazy territory though, because right now it feels like we're just starting another leg upwards. This time, however, more sustainable than the last time. But perhaps it's like the calm before the storm. I've described it a few times already. This is like the calm before the storm. This is like those small moves that we saw before until things just absolutely pop off. That's kind of, to some extent, what I'm waiting for here. For just another massive move where you're just gonna, be like that more so. And so that's why I keep saying this $2.50, yada, yada. It's not really exciting to me. I've described yesterday in detail why I think $20 to $30, even $40 in XRP in this cycle is not impossible. I would say my real expectation is $12 plus. And that's just because I always want to be more realistic and more conservative when I'm putting a price target on something, just so it will most likely happen, and then we get surprised from there. But I don't want to put it too low, because otherwise you might already start selling at 9, because you don't know if it's going to get to 12. But I also don't want to put it too high, where you just are ever waiting for the crazy spot to be hit. But then again, I have to have discussions every single day in the comment section defending my $20, my $30 per XP price predictions. But if you've been watching the videos for a little while, you'd understand that I keep saying, relative to ETH, relative to Bitcoin, it's done so incredibly well. So as of this level, right, versus Ethereum, XRP in the past, in 2019, for example, was at about a 5x from where we're at today, relative to Ethereum. So a 5x from here, just relative to Ethereum to get to those previous prices of 2019, it's a 5x from here, putting it at $12.50, let's just say. And that's just with Ethereum right now at $3,280, just relatively the same spot. And you got to consider back, I think XRP, I'm not 100% sure on this, but let's just say 20 cents or so per XRP was seen when Ethereum was also trading at, let's say, $200 or something. I think we even saw like a 50 cent, I'm not sure on this, don't quote me on that, but I want to say we even saw like a 50 cent XRP or something like that when Ethereum was still at a few $100. And so relatively, let's say ETH is done a 10x, but okay, it has to be more obviously to get to those levels that we're seeing right here. But let's just say that ETH is done a 10x, well, XRP has only done a 2x, let's call it. The numbers are not exact, but it's just to pinpoint what happened in terms of dominance. And that's what we also keep portraying in terms of the Bitcoin chart. Relatively, we have a lot of catching up to do. Mostly, I think, because the lawsuit just kicked in and kept XRP on a little low fire. But right now, we're going to reverse a lot of that, in my opinion. And right now, the good times are starting. They're not fully there yet, though. I'm still just waiting for some of the crazier moves to happen. Yes, the price is doing nice. And yes, relatively today, XRP was one of the biggest gainers. I mean, just looking at it, let's quickly show. Okay, this was not. Okay, this is from yesterday. Let me quickly refresh, because I remember Algorand and Bitcoin SV being best yesterday. Right now, if this refreshes properly, we can see that XRP, out of all the top coins, is basically the top mover in terms of coins that I know. I don't even know what this one's supposed to do. And Bitcoin token is a piece of garbage, so screw them. So I'm going to call XRP again to be the #1 performer. But a couple of other coins in the same sector like XDC, XLEM, QNT are also back on the up and up, and Flare, not so much, but I guess mostly because a lot of other coins are going down. As you can see, a lot of the AI coins, like even SUI and stuff, are going down today. So it's quite peculiar to see our top performer here, our best coin XRP, doing so wonderfully. But ladies and gentlemen, that's about it for this little crypto update. I just wanted to quickly say, our coins are doing amazing. I love to see it. And that's about it for right now. If you also want to trade, check out the links down below to Blowfin or WeX. And yeah, hopefully enjoying the pump. Let's see where this is going to end up. Hopefully, I see you guys above $3 in the next week.